never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be talking about some UWF wrestling. But before I get into the video, let me first say that I've got a shout out coming up at the end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. But this Sunday afternoon at 4:30 bell time, I will be back at 6687 Highway 72 W, Colbert, Georgia. Doors will open at 4 o'clock, and as I said, bell time will be 4:30. And here's what we have signed so far. Curtis Coleman is going one-on-one with his younger brother, Eli Smiles. Stevie Ray Frost is going up against Alex Keitel. Hunter James versus Marcus Adams. And Caleb Crocker versus the number one contender for the UWF Heavyweight Championship, Nick Halen. Now, those matches are already signed and will be taking place, but the grapplers will be in action. Dynamic Dexter will be in action. Justin Sane will be in action. And Jaden Vane will be in action. So we'll have the 4 matches already signed, plus much more. Tickets are $10. Again, the address is 6687 Highway 72 W, Colbert, Georgia. Doors open at 4 o'clock. Bell time will be 4:30. Hopefully, I will see everybody out there. Going to be another great Sunday afternoon of UWF wrestling. And coming up next week, I've got some news on a couple of new places that I'll be refereeing for next weekend. So be on the lookout for that sometime next week. But my shout out today goes all the way out to Arkansas, to my man Jared Rowe. Now, I know if you look at our subscription totals, you cannot tell we had a subscriber yesterday, but we did. That's how YouTube goes. Sometimes you lose one, sometimes you gain one. So it looks like we didn't gain any because we lost one, but we did gain one. That was Jared Rowe. He lives out in Arkansas. He's a big wrestling fan, and he has a podcast, and the podcast is called If You Give a Dad a Podcast, and you can find his podcast on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever it is you get your podcast. So go look up If You Give a Dad a Podcast with my man Jared Rowe, who lives out in Arkansas. If you love wrestling, he talks wrestling on his podcast. Again, it's called If You Give a Dad a Podcast. And Jared, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. We always greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you call a man who can't stand Neil? And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.